with another reading from the Parents Tao Te Ching, and of course the original as well. So I will go through this. If you are new to these series that I'm doing, I just want you to know that yes, this is sometimes a little bit more spiritual. This is a little bit more about conscious awareness, and in my practice, my clients come to me and I give them very practical things to do with their children and things that are happening, some behavior issues, listening, of course, all of it I cover with them. This layer that I am doing through this work is to help you see that there's more than just correcting the behavior. Okay. And I always say this to clients, being a parent, once you're a parent, you're always a parent. And this is for the long-term results that you want to see with your children. Okay. What kind of adult do you want them to grow up to be? What kind of relationship do you want to have with them? And a lot of that stems from having this deeper level of awareness, and reading this helps to bridge that gap. Okay, so let's begin. Today I am reading poem 25, and as usual I will read the original and then I will read the parents version done by William Martin. All right. Before the universe was born, there was something in the chaos of the heavens. It is alone and empty, solitary and immutable. It is always present and safe. It can be considered the mother of the universe. Because I don't know its name, I call it the Tao. If I had to give it a name, I would call it great. Because it is big means it is everywhere. Being everywhere means it is eternal. To be eternal means that everything comes back to it. The Tao is great. The sky is big. The land is large. Humanity is great. Within the universe, these are the four great things. Humanity follows the earth follows the sky, heaven follows the Tao, and the Tao only follows itself. That's the poem, the original poem. And sometimes when I read the original, and this is why I started to do it, it can definitely be a little bit more spiritual and not so conclusive. And this is why I love tying in this version of it. Okay, so I'm going to read the same one, poem 25. And William Martin, he labels, he gives it a title, which is not in the original. There's no titles in this one. So I'll read this one. I'll read his insights. And then, of course, I will give it my own. Poem 25, Clouds of Light. They look so small and frail, but they are so great and magnificent. They are born of the same womb that birthed the cosmos and knitted together the galaxies. If you could see them as they truly are, you would be astounded. You would see not little children, but dancing clouds of light, energy in motion, swimming in an ocean of love. They are so much more than what you see, as are you. Life can seem mundane, but it is not. Children can seem ordinary and troublesome and fragile, but they are not. You may feel alone and separated and powerless, but you are not. Okay, for me, this poem ties into the village. So what do I mean by that? I mean that we are now, modern day parenting is very much in silos. Okay, everyone, obviously most people live in their own home. They do their own thing. Some people don't even know their neighbors. Asking for help is, it's not always the best thing to do, because then you don't seem like you're independent, having your family and being able to take care of your family. And that doesn't give us the gift of having a village. So what do I mean by having a village? Having people that you can lean into, people that understand you and your family and your kids, people that if you need some support, you can ask for it without feeling judged. And that's tricky at times. So here's what I would really love for you to walk away with. When in those moments where you feel like you are alone, or that things are tough, or that you feel like your child is the only one who is struggling with a certain behavior, or is not, you know, develop at the same developmental level as other children. This goes back to comparison, which I have talked about in a couple stories ago. So look at that. When those thoughts start to come up for you, I really want you to think about how can you slow down to start seeing the good in your child, and how can you slow down enough to ask for some support so that you don't feel alone. And what can that look like? Support could look like maybe making a meal with another family and having them make a meal next week for your family. What does it look like? Maybe asking some support from a grandparent or a neighbor, asking your children to step up and do things. All of these things can help to support you. Now, how can you see your child in better light when things don't seem to be great? Like, for example, if they're not listening, or if there's just is a really hard time at school, or something's going on socially, or something's happening with you and them, and it's just what can you do in those moments to see the beauty of them, and the wholeness of them? Very simply, one of my favorite things to do is look at baby pictures of them. Okay, baby pictures, videos, baby videos of them. If they're open to looking at it with you, do so, because it will fuel both of you with oxytocin, which is that love belonging hormone that we all have. And it truly is the antidote to a lot of issues that we're having in modern day families. So that is one thing that you can easily do to help boost that up for your family. On that note, I have a free guide on the top 10 easy ways to connect with your kid, that being one of them. And there's simple things that you could do to really delight in who your kid is and see the bigger picture. Because sometimes that's hard to do when we are in the day to day hustle of parenting. So I hope that you do take a moment to look at some baby pictures, send your kid a couple of baby pictures, look at videos with your kid, and really savor in that wonderful moment of how incredible they and you are. Hope that was helpful. Have a good one. Until next time.